Hi everybody, Lori here from Unique in the Creek. Say hello when you come in. Let me know where you're watching from. We are streaming to our Facebook channel and our YouTube channel. Hey everybody, hey, I haven't seen you guys in a long time. Sorry, this was like an impromptu live because I haven't had very much time, my friends, these days. So I wanted to do one of these kits that we had come out with. And I'll explain things in a few moments. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to jump on. But say hello and tell them, oh, hi, all my friends. Hello from Wisconsin. Michigan. Michigan, that's all. Our boards and kits are coming from Michigan. Hello, hello. Okay, so a few things. Hello, hello. Okay, so we came out with 5 different character board wreath kits recently. Now, this is just for the US customers right now. Canadians, yours are coming out tomorrow night. I know I have not been live for a while. It's been extremely, extremely busy, and I'm exhausted. To tell you the truth and be transparent, I am so physically and mentally exhausted. So I kind of had a oomph of energy a few minutes ago, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go do this live. So we have 5 new character board wreaths kits that came out. They were shipped from Michigan. They came out 2 days ago. They're all gone. You guys bought them all. I sent 3 skids of them to Michigan, which is fabulous. Actually, there's one left. The chinoiserie is left. So, but I wanted to show you all 5 kits, even though they're going to have different ribbon, like a variant of different ribbon. They have a variant of different mesh. They can all be put together the same way as I'm going to do the one tonight. Okay? You may have got the blue Christmas one, the red and green Christmas one, the pink Christmas one, the rose colored Christmas one. They're all can be made exactly the same. Okay? As I'm going to do tonight. You can, these are just a suggestion on how to put yours together. There is so many different ways you can put it together. We are going to be using the character board for tonight's. You can also do your kit on a rail board. Now, I got a lot of questions. Why did you give 2 vinyls in the kits? So I'm going to address that. You get 1 character board. I'm going to be sending more, Ruthie. Honestly, it's mid-October. I did not expect 3 skids of them to be gone. So I will be sending more. So in the kit, you'll get 1 character board, okay? Now, I've been listening to you guys. A lot of you have an extra character board, an extra rail board hanging around in your craft room. So to keep the kits affordable and inexpensive, what I did is I put 2 vinyls. I picked out 2 vinyls for each kit that correspond with the ribbon. If you are a first-time beginner or whatever and you don't have extra boards, that's okay. You can then choose whatever sign you want for the center of your wreath. So for this one, the red and green kit, it's got this vinyl, which says warm winter wishes, and it's got a cardinal, it's a lantern, and then this one is really pretty as well. It's got a barrel with let it snow and poinsettias and more of all the traditional colors. So you can pick whatever one you want to make your wreath with. If you do have extra boards or you want to order another board, so you can add another character board, you can make 2 with this kit, okay? So I was more looking at people that already have a ton of boards and rails. They may want, they may not want another board. And so to keep the cost down, we're sending one board, and you get 3 ribbons in each kit. So the ribbons that I put in each kit do match each vinyl. So you can combine it with whatever vinyl. So you'll see that both match. So for instance, this traditional red and green, this is the 2.5 inch that you get with it. Okay. It's beautiful. It's gold and poinsettias and emeralds and sparkly. It's absolutely stunning. And as you can see, it matches both of these vinyls. Okay. And then we paired it with a gold and white glittered Swiss dot. Okay. So that's a 1.5 inch. And then each of them have a 5/8 or a 7/8 ribbon in there. For this particular kit, again, we were going with the traditional. So I put in a roll of the emerald green fine glitter. Okay. So these are your ribbons. Look how beautiful they go with the different vinyls. Okay, so you can make a rail and a wreath. You can make 2 wreaths. You can make 2 rails if you have 2 rail boards, but you have 2 vinyls to choose from. Okay, so that's the reason there's 2 vinyls. I just wanted to give you guys choice, and I wanted to give those of you that already have boards sitting around, you can make 2 wreaths with this. Okay, and this particular one is kit 323. It is not, none of them are available right now because they sold out. Okay, so if you just jumped on, they're sold out. We will be sending more. I did not expect them to sell out in 2 days. This particular one has the pre-cut mesh of natural gold and white. So you don't have to cut your mesh. Natural gold and white. And you get your zip ties. You get a pipe cleaner for bow. And you get a squeegee. Okay? So that's the natural, what number was it? 323. That is the green and red. So I am going to actually put one of these on. We're not making this one tonight. We're going to be making the pink one. But I'm going to use this board because I already got it started. So we weren't going to be here very long. So I already got it started for the pink. But I'm going to show you guys how to put on the vinyl with the traditional. Now the pink one, I'll just show you the pink one once we get to it. Okay, so in your kit, you do get the character board. So what you want to do is make sure there is no glitter, dog hair, or anything on your board. It is good practice. If you want to order the kits, they're on uniqueinthecreek.com. For the US, they ship from Michigan. For Canada, they ship from Niagara Falls. Okay? Canadians, yours will be up tomorrow night. So you want to make sure there's nothing on your board. You can go one step further and even wipe it down with some rubbing alcohol to make sure there's no, anything on it from the factory or anything. Okay? So the character board has a solid center. Okay? So this is the front. In the front, you'll see a number 1 and a number 2. And then you have these 2 holes that are kind of divoted down. These are your hanging holes. The back, it says made in Canada, the unique in the creek. It says patent pending. We do have the patent, but we have to change the molds. But this is the character board, okay? On the character board, this is where you put the vinyls on the center to give your wreath frame and your sign all one piece, okay? And to do that is really, really simple. So this is the top where it says number 1 and 2 and the divoted holes. That is the top of your board. So that's going to be the top of our wreath. All right. Now I like to put a little bit of water in the center. Now these vinyls are water soluble, and the water makes it easy to move the vinyls in case you don't put it down the first time correctly. So if you do it crooked or something, you can peel it up and reposition it, okay? Hi, Margaret. It's live, honey. All right. So you do get your squeegee. I get a paper towel or even a Kleenex will work. And what I like to do is I like to spritz a little bit of water in the center. You don't need a ton, just a little bit of water. And I'll show you why. Okay. This will cure in 24 hours. So you can still decorate it and everything as soon as we put it on. But within 24 hours, it's going to be very hard to get this sticker off. And they are UV resistant, so they're not going to fade. So I'll put this one on. So it's basically a big sticker, okay? So what you're going to do is I just kind of bend it at a corner here, and it kind of lifts it up. And we're just going to peel it right off the paper, okay? So this is garbage now, and this is the center of our sign. Now, there's center right horizontally and vertically, right there and right there. I just eyeball when I'm putting my vinyl on. So I just kind of look down the middle. You can even just kind of bend it like that, and you can see kind of where the middle is. And I just eyeball the vinyl right down the center. And you want to make sure that the outside of your vinyl is just on the inside of the holes here. Okay? So let's just plop this down. Let's put it crooked. Oh, darn. I put my vinyl on crooked. I did that on purpose because it's very easy to pull up because I put some water down. If I didn't put water down, it would have been a lot harder to pull that up, okay? So now I'll put it on correctly. So I'm just eyeballing, making sure it's inside the holes. Look it up. Looks very straight to me. Very pretty vinyl. Okay, and once you're happy with it, you can move it as many times as you want. Let me see. Am I happy with it? I can move it just a little bit. That way, I think. There we go. That's good. Now I'm going to take my squeegee with the felt part, and I'm going to put a piece of paper towel over that, and I'm going to start from the center with like a 45-degree angle and work my way to the outside. Okay? This is just getting rid of any air bubbles or water underneath. Okay? So I'm just going around. And I love that air bubble popping sound. It's like bubble wrap. It's so satisfying. And there we go. So most of the water is out and has been collected with my paper towel. Now I'm going to take my squeegee plane and I'm going to go around again. This is just to make sure it's actually adhered really good to the sign. And any teeny air bubbles will get popped. Will pop with just the squeegee. And there we go. Now we made our frame and sign all one piece, and it's very economical this way. There we go. Now we're ready to decorate. Okay, so you do have two of them. You would obviously use this one if you want to do another wreath on the character board, or our vinyls do fit our rail board as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side, and like I said, we're going to be doing the pink set tonight. So the pink comes with Santa. We got the pink foliage, same as the red and green, but this one's the pink and ivory with the pine cones, okay? We're going to be using this white and gold Swiss dot again. So that comes in the kit. And then we got the pink fine glitter. Okay, so that's the 3 ribbons in the kit. And we are using the champagne colored mesh. Okay, so champagne colored pre-cut deco mesh. Alrighty, so that's what mesh we're going to be using. So I've already put my vinyl on, and I put on, oops, the snowman. So I'm using the pink snowman. So this kit has the pink snowman, and then it has a pink Santa. Both, again, match the ribbons that are in it. Again, you can make 2 of them. You can make the snowman and the Santa. Totally up to you. Okay, so for our ribbons, we are going to cut 16 pieces. 16 pieces of the 2.5 inch that has the poinsettia. Okay, or 2.5 inch if it has the chinoiserie, or no, actually the chinoiserie one has the fine glitter blue, is the 2.5 inch. So we're going to cut 16 of these at 14 inches and 16 of the gold and white Swiss dot at 14 inches. Okay, we're going to use this beautiful fine glitter pink. Love this color. If you've watched me, you know that pink is my favorite color. So the pink matches the pink in the poinsettias, and of course the pink on the vinyls. But we're going to be using this at the end. Okay, so 16 pieces at 14 inches. So I've already cut 12, so I'm going to cut 4 more. So I'm going to use my Measure Buddy, pull number 1 all the way out to 14 inches, and I'm going to go around. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the Measure Buddy is available both on uniqueinthecreek.com, both American and Canadian. Now I'm going to dovetail this, which is just, I'm just going to fold it in half lengthwise, like that. And that folded edge, I'm going to cut from the folded edge to the outside corner. And that gives you your dovetail. And then we're going to go to the other side. I'm hoping to have more of the kits shipped to Michigan by the end of October. Again, I really was not expecting almost everything to be sold out in 2 days. Like seriously, it's mid-October, so. But that's great for us. But yes, I'll send some more out. And we're in the middle of moving, so it's been a trying time. Okay, now I'm going to cut another 4 of these, but again, we're going to do 16 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It is very pretty ribbon. Love the gold, and it doesn't scream Christmas. It's like, screams like it's a winter wreath, both. Especially with the snowman, and the snowman sign says, "Snuggle up, snowmies. It's cold outside." It's so cute. All right. So when you have your 16 pieces of ribbon cut, I like to fold mine in half, and I like to make little packets out of it. Now everybody does things differently. This is just the way I like to do it. I like to be nice and organized and have everything prepared to build my wreath. Okay, so I fold the 2.5 inch, I tuck in the 1.5 inch, and then I just make a pile. So when you're done this, you'll have 16 packets. This is really, really nice ribbon. Alrighty. and I make a pile. All right, there's our 16. Okay, so next we're going to start building our wreath. Now, we are going to be using row 1. So you'll see that there's a number 1 and the holes, there's you can see like a line going between the holes there. This is row 1, this is row 1.5, this is row 2, and you'll see the numbers here. We're going to be using every other hole on row 1. So I have put a piece of mesh and ribbon right here. So I'm going to skip this hole and I'm going to go to the next one. So you're going to use 8 pieces of mesh and 8 packets of your ribbon for row 1. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your 1 piece of mesh. Again, this is just a suggested way of making your wreath. I tend to keep it very simple for beginners, but you can absolutely, if you have like some greenery or some like pine cones or whatever, you can absolutely add anything else, anything you want to your wreath. Picks, sprays, florals, whatever you want. I keep it kind of simple for beginners. And then we all know Jackie and Judy, they kind of amp theirs up. So you're going to take your mesh with the factory edge on the left and right in front of you. This is a 10.5 by 10.5 square. Okay. Take one of your ribbon packets, open it up. So open up the 2.5, then you're going to open up the 1.5, and I'm just going to take that 1.5 and kind of line up the 2 lines in the half, at the halfway, just kind of line them up, but put the 1.5 inch a little bit on a diagonal, okay? Just like that. And then you're going to pinch in the middle. So pinch, pinch right to the middle, flip it upwards, and then adjust down here to make sure all your ribbon tails are the same length. And then when you do it like that, you can see we're not going to have to pull the ribbons apart to have them going like in the correct pattern. If you just cross that white and dot one, just that little bit, and then scrunch it up the middle, it'll do it automatically. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right there. I'm going to take my mesh again with the factory edges in the left, right, and I'm going to make a kerfuffle, which is, these are the cut edges, so you can see they're a bit frayed. We're just going to bring that bottom to approximately the middle here. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to measure or anything. Then you're going to take the top and you're going to bring it just a little bit overlapping the bottom one. Okay, so you have this long rectangle envelope kind of shape. Okay, and then we're just going to pinch it. So you're dragging and pinching, almost like pleating up the center. Okay, so you can see I got 1, 2, 3, about 4 pleats going up the center. And when you do that, you pinch in the middle, it looks like a bow tie. I'm going to flip that over because we want this cut edge. See how that string is there? We want it downwards so that you don't see any of the imperfections on the mesh. You're going to take a zip tie. We're skipping that hole. You're going to put your zip tie through hole 1. And we're going to do hole 1 to the outside of the board. Okay? Take the center of your mesh, put it right on the board between the hole and the outside, just like that. Then we're going to pick up our ribbon, put it on the center, and we're going to come around with the zip tie. Okay, I like to use zip ties for when I'm making my wreaths, and we know that Jackie Blewett likes to use pipe cleaners. It's all in your comfort level, whatever you're comfortable with. I like zip ties. It keeps everything in nice and tight, and it keeps everything nice and neat. Okay, so you're going to do that 8 times. So we're going to skip this one and we're going to go to the next one. So again, take your zip tie, just put it through hole 1, almost like an L shape. It's sitting on your table. We're going to take our ribbon packet, open up the 2.5 inch, open up the 1.5 inch, just kind of put it diagonal just a little bit, and pinch, pinch, flip up. So again, you can see when you do that, we got poinsettia, dot, and that will go all the way around without having to think about anything. So if you like perfection and you want all your ribbon tails to be the same, that's an easy little tidbit there. Okay, again, factory edge, left and right, bring that up, bring this down, pinch, 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 pinch. We're going to flip this over, put it on the board. I like to flip it so it's facing, the mesh is facing the outside to give it a bigger look. Then I'm going to take my ribbon, put that right on the center, and then come around with my zip tie and do it up. And you want to put the tail into the flat part of the zip tie head. All right, and then I like to flip this last little pleat. I like to flip it down towards the board and then pull this. It just angles your mesh towards the outside. That's all. It's just, again, another little trick. All right, so there is the 8 pieces that we have on row 1. So now we're going to go around and cut the zip tie tails off. You can use a zip tie gun, wire cutters, old scissors. You're just going to snip these off. Okay, so you're going to go around and snip all 8 off. All right, now we're ready to work on row 1.5 to 2. Connie McCormick, hello. I haven't seen you in forever. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to preload our board on row 1.5 to 2. So wherever we put a zip tie on row 1, we're now going to put a zip tie on row 1.5 to 2. So in between the ones that we did on row 1. So what you're going to do, I put some in already. We're going to skip this one. You're going to take your zip tie, go down hole 1.5 and back up to 2. And keep them open. So we're going to skip this one and go to this one, 1.5 to 2. So there's our 8. Okay? Now we're going to, again, do the exact same thing, but on the inside row. And then we're going to do a little something special with, and make it magical with this beautiful pink fine glitter after row 2 is done. So again, I'm going to have my 2.5, my 1.5, pinch it up the center, flip it. Okay, we'll do a couple of those. Okay, we're going to take a piece of our mesh. Now, in the package of mesh, you do get 40 pieces, 40. But this wreath is only going to take 16 pieces. So you'll have 24 pieces left over. Obviously, you can do another wreath or another rail. Okay, factory edge. We're going to make another kerfuffle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 if you're a counter. We're going to flip this over. Don't let go. We're going to put the center right in between the 2 holes here. And then we're going to high Lorraine. And then we're going to put the center of our ribbon bundle and then come around. I like to fold that in Make sure our ribbons are nice. Okay. Kind of pull the zip tie head towards you, like towards the back. And then I fix the tails. Okay, so we're gonna do another 8 of those. Now don't worry about seeing the board and everything. You won't see that once we're finished. Hello, Elaine, Lori. Thank you all for joining me. It was a very impromptu live, but when I have time and I can get on live, it's been very exhausting for me these days, but we're getting through. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, it's pretty. I hope you guys can see how pretty it is. Like the pink. Pink is so popular for Christmas these days. We have a blue one, a blue winter one. They weren't made for Canada yet. That's why I didn't bring the other ones home. But the blue one is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to make my ribbon packet. So I'll just put a zip or a clip on that. So I will be doing Christmas tree. We have 3 Christmas tree kits. I believe those are still in stock, a few of them. So I will be doing the Christmas tree kits this week. And we have a double candy cane. You can make 2 whimsical candy canes. They're the red, white, and ice blue. And the nice thing with our boards is you can make your candy canes facing either way. So they're perfect for double doors. So I'll be doing, and that, I think there's a couple of the candy cane kits left as well right now. Again, Canada, yours will be on tomorrow. These lay so pretty just by doing that one little diagonal thing with the 2.5 or the 1.5 inch. So a lot of people have been asking where we're moving to. Right now, our warehouse is in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. We are moving. We actually live in Niagara Falls, and we decided with everything that's going on with the United States and stuff, we decided to open a storefront here in Niagara Falls because there are very, very few craft stores in Canada in general. Now we still will be doing e-commerce, obviously. We still will have kits and boards for the States and stuff. But we will also have a really nice storefront. So we're kind of excited by that. The only problem is, and I'll tell you guys why you haven't seen me and we're so busy, is we were supposed to get our storefront October 1st. The tenants didn't move out still as of yet. And there's some construction that we need done. But we had to move out of our current warehouse because we gave notice. So we have to move again in January when our store is done. Well, in December, our store will be done in December. So we are moving all our supplies to the basement of our store right now until the store is finished. So we're going to have to move again. It's just absolute chaos. chaos. And the storefront and the basement is not as big as the current warehouse we have. So it's almost like trying to fit a square into a circle. We're trying to fit 12,000 square feet of supplies into like 4,000. So it's been quite interesting, to say the least, that is for sure. Plus trying to keep the store, the warehouse open. I'm not the warehouse, the website and everything open, because like I said, Canada doesn't have very many crafting supply outlets. So we didn't want to do that to our Canadian customers and shut down the website when we, you know, in the middle of busy season, right? So we're trying to juggle it all. I think we're doing an okay job. But now that's why I said I thought enough kits to get me to at least the second week of November, because I have more new ones to go. Yeah, they lasted 2 days. So that was not, I was not expecting that. So we have to make up, we're gonna have to make up all those kits again and send them again. Plus new ones. Like my friends, we have the skate kits coming again. You guys loved the ice skate kits. So they're coming again. We have Santa coming again. We have the reindeer with the velvet antlers, and there's so many, and it's just not enough time and space. All right, as we can see, this is turning out just beautiful here. Oh, and not to forget that, you know, we send out a ton of wholesale orders as well, like Ribbon Shed, Craft Outlet, Amazon, so we have to stay on top of that. It's just been crazy. All right, we only have 2 more pieces and we're done. So again, this kit that this wreath I'm making, if you have another character board or even a rail, you have enough supplies to do 2 with 2 vinyls. However, if you don't have a character board, you will have to add on another character board if you want to make 2 of them. The angels sold out really fast too. We have the dark skinned angel left. Unfortunately, if you're American, we are limited on what we can send over. But if you're looking for supplies and stuff, you can always count on like Craft Outlet to have everything. They always have everything in stock. And they're really, really fast shipping. So if you're looking for supplies, they also sell all of our boards. They're always stocked up. The Ribbon Shed, they're a little bit of a smaller company, but they have some really cool stuff, and they have lots of ribbons and mesh and everything. And they too have all our boards. So okay, last one. I'm just going to move this ribbon over, and then I don't want to squish the ribbons. All right, look how pretty this is. Love the pink. Oh, it must be feeding time. The dogs are barking. Okay, so now we're going to go back and we're going to do some fun stuff with this. We're going to add some of that, some more pink into it, because you can never have enough pink. All right, so I will show you guys what we got so far. Love this. I don't know if it's, you can see the pink. I don't know if my light is too bright to see the pink, but it's beautiful with that champagne and everything. Stunning. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add some more pink. So I'm going to add, we're going to go and add some loops and stuff to our wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zip tie, okay? And I'm going to go down. So I'm going to go down and up over top of one of the zip ties. So this is the back. Actually, if I have it flipped over, I'm going to put my hanger on. So you're going to take a zip tie, and there's those two holes. You're going to go down one hole and just push it up the next hole, okay? And then do it up till you hear a couple clicks, cut the tail, and there you have a hanger. And this is the back of the wreath. Look how nice that is. You're going to put a sticker or tape your business card if you're selling. But there's nothing to cover, nothing to scratch the door, and it's, you know, business on the back, party on the front. So where I'm going to be going with these zip ties is on row 1.5 to 2, where we went with the ribbon and mesh. I'm going to put another zip tie just over them, okay? So we're going to put some of this really pretty pink in there. Kind of separate it, and you can see you're going to go down, back up, just like that, and leave it open. So I'm going to do a few loops without a bow maker. Now, if you have a bow maker, you definitely can use your bow maker. Okay, and I'm going to cut a piece. Let's see. 14 inches. So I'm going to cut one piece at 14 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to cut 3 pieces of my ribbon at 20 inches. Let's do 20. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I am going to, now you can dovetail, this is a 5/8 inch. You can dovetail it. Okay, or you can just side cut it. Okay, or you can leave it straight and just kind of fold that end down. It's totally up to you. I like all my stuff dovetailed. It's just, I'm old school. So even a 5/8, you can still dovetail it, okay? We're gonna fold that in half, just like that. And where I folded it, just gonna pinch it, and I'm gonna put it, just sit it right on top, just like that, okay? And then what I'm gonna do with these 20-inch pieces, we're gonna make a few little loops. So I'm going to take the 2 ends, go over top. Now you can go over about 2 inches. So if you want to measure, so that's 2 inches right there. And then I'm going to take this one, but the end up where my thumb is, okay? And it's got a 2-inch overlap. That to the side, and we're going to do that for all of them, for all 3 of them. Okay, so in half, 2 inches. There. 2 inches. Oh, that's more than 2 inches, Laura. There we go. Okay, another one. And of course you can use your bow maker. This is just a little easy way. Okay, so we got 3 of these. So I'm going to just put them on top of each other, just like that. The edge, the cut edge of the ribbon is facing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so all 3 are on top of each other. We kind of want to make them all about the same length, just like that. Then I'm going to take another piece, and again, I'm going to cut another 14-inch. No, actually I'm going to cut it about 10 inches because it's going to go on the top. It doesn't need to be long. Okay, and I'm going to take a zip tie. All right, this whole pile, there's the edge. I'm going to take the whole thing, I'm going to put it on top of my zip tie, and I'm going to flip it over. Okay, then I'm going to put that little 10-inch piece just on top, like that. Now if you have glue, you can glue your edges. So you can put some glue here and just glue it. I'm just showing you guys, if you don't have glue, you do have zip ties, which will all work just as well. All right, and we're going to put that little 10-inch there. Make sure it's in the middle. There we go, and I'm going to come around with this zip tie. So my zip tie is in the middle, so we'll just make sure. It looks like they're all the same length. Okay, then I'm going to bring the head of the zip tie to the back of this little bow thing. Actually, I could have slid this in there too. Probably a little bit too long, but it's better to be long than too short. And then we're going to take a pipe cleaner, or actually I could have probably just took my zip tie there, but let's see. I'm going to do it this way. Just going to tighten up the zip tie, cut it off. And then I'm going to take this whole thing and just put it right on top. Oh, and we'll have to see the zip tie. Oh no. I'm going to put it on top of that zip tie, and I'm going to come around and put it and do it up. Pull it tight, snip that off, put the head down, and then we're going to pull and open these loops. And we're going to make a few little bows. Now I'm going to, because it's on the side here, I'm going to have the loops going like towards the outside here. Look how pretty that is. And you can open up your loops. Again, there's different ways, you know, easier ways, you can, if you have glue and stuff like that. But if you don't, you can just put a zip tie around it to keep it closed. All right, we're going to do another one. super pretty. Okay, this one, I'm only going to do a single loop on this one. I don't want to do too many of them. So we'll do here and here 3 loops, and then we'll do the rest just like a two loop one. If that makes sense. So I'm skipping this one and I'm going down here to the next one. Again, I'm just going to cut a 14-inch piece. And I'm going to cut a 20-inch piece. So it's just going to be a single loop. Now for this one, we probably don't need to zip tie it in or zip tie around it because it's just a single. Upside down, and I'm going to cut another 10. And I put that just like that. So it's just adding a little bit more pink to our wreath. Open up our loop. Oh, so pretty. Something different, right? Very easy. Honey?
Yeah.
Would you be able to bring me a buble down? I'm almost done, but I'm thirsty. Okay, so here is where we're doing a 3-looper again. And of course, you could go around and just do a single loop if you want. It's totally up to you. Did you eat?
No, it's just ready now.
It's just ready. Oh, I'm almost done. All right, again, we're going to do 14. That's for the bottom. I'm going to do 3 at 20. Should just use my. So you're going to need 6 pieces at 20 for your 3-looped bow. One. I know, isn't it pretty? It really is. I don't know if you guys can see that pink sparkle in that thing, but what a nice pop of color. So all the character board ones all have a 5/8 or a 7/8 inch in the kits, and they all have like the full foliage. Okay, there's my loops. There's my 14-inch little tail. Let's dovetail that. Okay, that's the back side. You take your zip tie, flip it over. Then I'm going to do a little 10-incher. kitty corner that. I'm going to come around. Again, if you have glue, you can glue them and you don't need to do this part. You can just stack them right into the zip tie that's on the board. I'm just going to assume some people don't have pipe or glue gun. All right, put the whole thing into that zip tie. Or you can even put a pipe cleaner and then go down with the pipe cleaner. I can show you guys how to do that. All right, so we're going to pull this first tail up, give it a curl, and just get your fingers and pull it up. And when you pull it up and curl it, it hides the zip tie. Open up our loops. Now I pull my zip ties a little tight. If you keep them loose, like when you're pulling the zip tie on the board for just the bows, if you pull it a little loose, you can move your loops around a little better. I always forget. Keep them tight. Just have these two long ones kind of crisscross there. And there we go. Now we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vinyls. So if you have character boards and you want to make a wreath like this and you have all the supplies already at home, you just need vinyls. If you're in Canada, we sell our vinyls. If you're in the States, Deco Exchange has our catalog of vinyls, and they have they don't sell our boards, but they do have our vinyls. I don't know why, but so you can get our vinyls there if you live in the United States. All right, so, and then I'm skipping this one, and then we have just the 2-1. Like I said, we can do, actually, maybe I will, I don't know. There's just so much you can do with these boards. All right, so there's the 14. Okay. The 20, we make a 20 loop, so that's going to be for our loop. And then a 10. All right. Thank you. It is really pretty. I can't wait to take a picture of it because I really don't think you guys can see the colors really good. That pink is just mwah, beautiful. And then the little snowman. Snuggle up, snowmies. It's cold outside. All right, there's our 14-inch. Make our loop. It's our 20-inch. And then our 10-inch. Sure it's even. All right, then I'm going to put the whole thing right into the zip tie here. Come around. Now if I don't pull it super tight, this is where I'm saying don't pull it too tight. You'd be able to move your loops around just a little bit better. But pull up straight and curl. Open your loop. Move this one a little bit. There we go. Perfect. All we'll give these a curl. Oh, I love it. Now, with these spots here, I think I'm going to just put, let's put a 12-inch piece just to add a little pink here and see what it looks like. So only need 4. And then I'll show you the back again because you won't believe that, like, we put all this stuff in and it looks like we used a ton of supplies, but with the Unique in the Creek boards, you can see you really don't use a lot of supplies at all, like little, and it makes gorgeous. Now once you start adding all the goodies, like Jackie likes the goodies, once you start adding the goodies, you know, that gets your price point up a little bit more. Oh, I think I like that a little bit. It's all personal preference. Like I said, you can do more loops, but you don't want to do too many loops, I would think. I actually think I wish I would have put a little bit of pink, of this pink. Hold on, I'm going to try it. Just to give a little bit more pink on the outside. Give me a second here. I'll try something. Okay, so where I'm going to go on row 1. Just going to go down and up, and I'm just going to add a piece of this pink. I just want to see how it looks. Oh, that is pretty. So you can add, let me see, I'll show you guys. Put it in between the white and gold Swiss dot. Ooh, that is really pretty. So you could add another pop of pink. See right there, I did on row 1. That looks really pretty. So if you want to add a little bit more pink, oh, I'm not even in the camera. Right here, I just put a 14-inch tail right there. That looks super pretty too. Now I'm using a lot of this pink ribbon, so if you do like I'm doing right now, you probably won't have a ton of it left over. You may have enough for a rail. But I'm obsessed with this color. I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with this color. Now you can make just a normal bow. You do have a pipe cleaner, and if you want to make a normal bow, you can. I just want to do something different. Hi, Liz Ribbon Leg. Oh my gosh, all the OGs. Connie McCormick is just on. Good gosh, all the OGs are coming out the woodwork. Love. Love, love, love. Right here. Hi, Jude Baker. Just me playing with a character board. My supper is cooked and it smells delish. attention, Laura. There we go. All right, do one more piece here. I love this pink. Now, of course, if you used pipe cleaners, you would just have to pipe cleaner, twist them in. There we go. Alrighty. I like it. I like it. It's too long. Better too long than too short. All right, my friends, there we go. That is this is the pink. Oh shoot, I have one more. One here. One more. I'm just gonna cut that one out. So Jackie will be live tomorrow. That's another reason I went live tonight. Jackie was supposed to be live tonight. She had a previous engagement, so she will be live tomorrow. So you guys had to put up with me tonight, but thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. It was great chatting with all you guys again and giving you up the 411 of what's happening in the Unique in the Creek world, which is absolutely insane these days, but it's still a lot of fun. There we go. So pretty. So pretty. And there is the back again, my friends. Put your sticker or your business card. There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching. We greatly appreciate it, because you just never know when I'm going to come on. So if you like watching me, you might want to for sure subscribe, because I have a tendency to not do an event when I want to go live. All right, everybody. Thanks again, and have a great rest of your night. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.